You're standing on the edge, aren't you? Right at the threshold of a change so profound. It might as well be a rebirth. And here you are, willing to dive in. To be the person who not only transforms through the struggle, but thrives because of it. You want to look back years from now and say that suffering was my greatest blessing. That pain forged me into someone unrecognizable. Someone who knows exactly who they are and what they're capable of. But here's the catch. That transformation doesn't come from wishing. It doesn't come from sitting around hoping things will change. Hoping the next challenge will be a little less brutal. No. It comes from taking what's painful, what's hard, and using it to fuel your power. Can you see it? Imagine the version of yourself who looks back at all the pain, all the struggle and says, yeah, I'm glad it happened. It had to happen for me to be the person that I am today. You'll be that person. You're becoming that person. And here's how. Let me take you through it. Pain and pleasure, my friend, they drive you. Always. You're naturally drawn to pleasure and repelled from pain. But here's the thing. You can learn how to shift your perception of pain. To see it not as a threat, but as a lesson. A lesson that will help you grow and expand. What's that? You don't believe it. I get it. Pain feels like a barrier, doesn't it? But think of it like a doorway. The pain is the door. On the other side, your most powerful self. But you've got to decide to go through it. You've got to be the one to say, this suffering will not define me. It will fuel me. And what if in 5 years you can look back at your toughest moments and smile, knowing you're better, stronger, sharper, and wiser because of them? And you will be, trust me. How do I know? Because failure doesn't exist, only feedback. Every moment, whether it feels like victory or defeat, is a lesson, a chance to rise, to learn, and to adapt. Even when you think you're failing, you're learning. You don't just stumble. You're gathering valuable data. But here's the key. If you let your state of mind be influenced by those experiences, if you let your body hold you back in defeat, you're not giving yourself the full power you could have. Your mind, your body, they feed off each other. When you hold yourself tall, when you breathe deep, when you shift your energy, the rest of the world responds to that. It's almost like magic, but it's science. You can choose your state. You can reprogram yourself at a core level. And once you get that, you can't help but attract the things you want. People will feel it. Energy is magnetic, my friend. You are magnetic. The more you embody that powerful, confident, playful, authentic self, the more the world will reflect it back to you. Now imagine that shift happening. How would your life change if you believed that your state creates your reality? What if your thoughts and emotions, those simple things, were the secret to everything you wanted? You'd be unstoppable. You'd face challenges with a smile, knowing. Even the hard times, they're just stepping stones. They aren't obstacles. They're your fuel. What would it feel like to truly understand the toughest times, they're precisely what you need to grow, to become more, to have more, to be more? When you truly realize that failure is just feedback, you stop fearing it. You stop running from discomfort, and you start running towards it. Because discomfort is where growth happens. When was the last time you learned something without facing something hard? Exactly. This is why it's crucial to understand reality is a mirror. What you project out is what you get back. The energy you give out into the world is contagious. It's magnetic. and when you align your energy with your desires, when you consciously cultivate a state of certainty, you'll see the world around you shift. People will follow you. Opportunities will find you. And suddenly, your world will be filled with the very things you've always wanted. But how do you maintain that momentum, right? How do you ensure you stay on track and not get bogged down by life's natural tendency to throw shit at you? It's simple. Curiosity and adaptability. When you face something tough, instead of collapsing into fear or frustration, ask yourself, what's the lesson here? Ask questions, observe. Stay open to all possibilities. When you do that, you not only find answers, you create solutions. You don't need the perfect strategy to move forward. Action creates clarity. You move, you act, and as you do, your path reveals itself. But here's the thing. Most people stop themselves right at the moment when their challenge feels impossible. They freeze. They look at pain and say, no, I can't. And when that happens, it becomes a pattern. A nasty little loop that keeps you stuck in place. But you can interrupt that. Every time fear creeps in, you can disrupt it. You can break the cycle and shift into something more powerful, something resilient. What does that look like? Well, let me say you're afraid of a challenge. You look at it, and it seems huge. But then you decide to approach it with excitement. You choose to look at it not as a threat, but as an opportunity. Because guess what? The universe loves boldness. It loves action. And the more you move towards those fears, the more it rewards you. Luck, opportunity, it favours action. And yes, sometimes the hardest part is just getting started. But once you do, once you say, I'm going to commit, I'm going to take action, everything shifts. It's like unlocking a new level in the game of life. The more you act, the more energy flows into you. The more energy flows, the more people are magnetically drawn to you. So what's your next step? What challenge are you going to face head on and conquer today? What small action can you take that will redefine your relationship with struggle and success? I know you've got it in you. And let me tell you, the best part of this whole thing is you don't need anyone else's approval. You don't need validation. You don't need someone else's permission to succeed. Your power is within you, always has been, always will be. You've just got to believe it, to feel it, and when you do, you'll see the world respond to you in ways you can't even imagine yet. Now imagine that future, the one where you look back at all this struggle, all this suffering, and you smile. You smile because you know it had to happen. It had to. It was the key that unlocked the best version of you. The version who doesn't fear the future, doesn't fear the challenges. The version who embraces them. The version who says, bring it on, life, I'm ready.